North Korea didn't just back Russia's war, it monetized it. Artillery shells, ballistic missiles, even soldiers, all traded for billions of dollars and battlefield technology. Now Pyongyang is richer, deadlier, and learning from a live war in Europe. The real question is what kind of North Korea is emerging out of this war. Kim Jong-un did not just send soldiers to Ukraine, he sent them with a price tag. According to South Korean intelligence cited in a Nikkei Asia, North Korea may have earned between $7 and $13.8 billion from Russia in exchange for weapons and troops deployed to support Moscow's war in Ukraine. The figure covers weapons shipments through 2025 and represents one of the most significant financial windfalls Pyongyang has secured in decades. The weapons supplied include 152mm artillery ammunition and KN-23 ballistic missiles. Ukrainian military intelligence noted last year that the KN-23s had become noticeably more accurate over time, suggesting Russia was helping North Korea refine the missiles based on their live performance on the battlefield.
The increase in the supply of material to Russia could bring about long-term changes in North Korea's industrial structure and technological capabilities.
The military partnership goes well beyond hardware. North Korea's presence near the front lines in Ukraine currently stands at around 10,000 Special Forces personnel, 10,000 engineers, and hundreds of drone operators. Plans are reportedly in place to send a further 30,000 soldiers. Through February, North Korean casualties were estimated at 6,000 killed or wounded. In April, Russian Defense Minister Andrei Belousov visited Pyongyang, where North Korea opened a museum dedicated to its soldiers who have died fighting in Ukraine. The ceremony marked a public acknowledgement of a partnership that both countries had long tried to keep at arm's length from international scrutiny. The financial estimates vary considerably. South Korea's Institute for Defense Analysis put transfers last year at over $20 billion, though that figure covered military technology and weaponry rather than direct cash payments. In return, Russia is reportedly helping North Korea develop Shahed-style long-range drones and submarine technology, arming a country that, as reported earlier this week, just rewrote its constitution to formalize itself as a permanent nuclear state. The war in Ukraine is no longer only a European conflict. It is reshaping military partnerships far beyond the battlefield. North Korea has rewritten its constitution, and buried inside the new text is one of the most chilling provisions any nuclear state has ever put on paper. In March, Pyongyang quietly amended its nuclear policy law. The change was only made public on May 7th. And what it says is this: if Kim Jong-un is ever killed, incapacitated, or if the command over North Korea's nuclear forces is in any way threatened, the country will launch a nuclear strike, automatically, immediately. No human hand required at the trigger. Article 3 of the revised nuclear policy law now reads:
if the command and control system over the state's nuclear forces is placed in danger by hostile forces attacks, a nuclear strike shall be launched automatically and immediately.
Analysts believe the timing is no coincidence. The amendment came in the weeks following the US-Israeli strike that killed Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, in February. Kim watched that operation and drew a very clear conclusion. No leader, no matter how fortified, is untouchable. The dead man's switch in the constitution is his answer. What makes this even harder to dismiss is geography. North Korea's borders are sealed in a way Iran's never were. The few people permitted to enter the country are monitored at every step. Intelligence gathering there is, by most accounts, extraordinarily difficult. Any operation targeting Kim would face obstacles that dwarf what the US and Israel pulled off in Tehran. But now, even if such an operation succeeded, the missiles could still fly. The nuclear amendment isn't the only seismic shift buried in North Korea's new constitution. For 70 years, Pyongyang carried a stated goal: peaceful reunification with South Korea. That goal traced all the way back to 1945, to the bitter division of the peninsula, and through the Korean War. It was enshrined in the constitution. It was, at least in name, a North Star. Kim has now erased it. Secret documents, leaked by an academic and revealed at a press conference in Seoul on Wednesday, show that the North has quietly redefined its own territory. The new constitutional language explicitly describes Kim's state as bordered by China and Russia to the north and the Republic of Korea to the south. South Korea is no longer a brother nation to be reunited with. It is a foreign country, an adversary, defined in law. Experts say this is a fundamental shift. For decades, both Koreas maintained the fiction, however strained, that they were one people moving, however slowly, toward each other. That fiction is now gone, and Pyongyang refuses to even comment on it. South Korea's unification ministry revealed the changes. The North has stayed silent. On the ground, the posture is getting more aggressive. Kim was seen on May 9th inspecting a new weapon, a 155mm self-propelled gun howitzer. State media quoted him directly.
It will provide significant changes and advantages to our military's ground operations.
The weapon has a reported range of over 60 kilometers. That puts Seoul within reach. Meanwhile, inside the country, Kim is tightening his grip on ordinary citizens. Punishments for consuming foreign media, South Korean K-pop, K-dramas are being ramped up. The outside world, in every form, is being shut out. North Korea has a new gun, and it is pointed at the south. On May 8th, Pyongyang's state media released photographs of Kim Jong-un visiting a munitions factory on May 6th, where a new 155mm self-propelled howitzer is being produced for deployment along the southern border before the end of this year. The weapon has a strike range of over 60 kilometers. Seoul sits roughly 50 kilometers from the border, home to 10 million people. Kim was unambiguous about what the weapon was for.
Kim Jong-un said that the striking range of this large-caliber rifled gun, which units at the borderlines are to newly equip themselves with, along with various operational and tactical missile systems and powerful multiple rocket launcher systems, is over 60 kilometers. And that such rapid extension of striking range and remarkable improvement of striking capability will provide a great change and advantage in the land operations of North Korea's army.
The howitzers are not the only new hardware on display. Kim also ordered the deployment of additional tactical missile systems and multiple rocket launcher systems along the border within the year. From the factory floor, Kim went to see. On May 7th, Kim boarded the Choe-hyun, North Korea's largest and most advanced warship, to oversee maneuverability tests ahead of its commissioning in mid-June. The 5,000-ton destroyer, unveiled last year, represents a significant step in Pyongyang's push toward building a blue water navy. Kim has ordered 2 more destroyers to be built, with a third due for completion by October. His teenage daughter Ju Ae was at his side throughout the destroyer visit, appearing in photographs on the bridge, on deck, and dining with the crew. South Korea's intelligence service said last month she could be considered Kim's heir. The timing of these displays is deliberate. North Korea recently revised its constitution to remove all references to reunification with South Korea, formally cementing Kim's position that the two countries are separate and hostile states. South Korean President Lee Jae-myung has pushed for dialogue since taking office. What Pyongyang has done is supply missiles and artillery to Russia for use in Ukraine, gaining real battlefield data on its weapons in return. The new howitzer is in part a product of that arrangement, of that.